Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things, politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In this video, we're going to address the lie that Nigeria has enough food. You know that Nigeria is facing food crisis, and that food crisis is getting out of hand because it has forced most Nigerians, who are often complacent on issues concerning the nation, to take to the streets to protest against the hardship they are passing through. But despite this demonstration, there are so many people, including those who are close, who have access to those in power, claiming that Nigeria does not have food shortage problem. It is important to address this matter because if this lie is allowed to continue, it will exacerbate the situation, because you must first of all identify a problem before you can solve it. So the people close to Tinubu administration, including even the vice president himself, believe that the country has a lot of food. You can see how they made they made noise about the fact that they caught 42 trailer loads trying to smuggle food out of Nigeria, you know. They tried to divert attention, to give the impression Nigeria is awash with food. There is only the unpatriotic people. They are smuggling the food out of Nigeria. They are hoarding the food. They are not allowing the food to circulate. That is to show you that they are just, they are like, they just put their head, like they put their head in the sand, literally, thinking that they are making sense. They are not making sense at all, because the reality on the ground is that Nigeria is facing food crisis, but they don't seem to appreciate it. And if they don't seem to appreciate it, how can they solve the problem? Now, in the National Assembly, the Senate leader, Senator Ali Dume, was on TV saying that Nigeria don't have food, that Nigeria have enough food, that Nigeria will have enough food, that the problem is foreign exchange. If Nigeria has enough food as a country, what is the business of food in Nigeria with foreign exchange? Because most of the food we eat in Nigeria, if we have enough rice in Nigeria, we have enough yam in Nigeria, we have enough guinea corn in Nigeria, enough maize, enough millet, enough cassava. So what do we need foreign exchange? The foreign exchange can, if the naira like, let it be 5,000 naira to the dollar. If we have enough food, because I don't see the relationship between the foreign exchange and the food availability. Now, you only bring in the foreign exchange because you are now talking about the fact that most of the food are imported, because that is where the foreign exchange will come in. But if you say that Nigeria has enough food, we have enough cassava, we have enough yam, we have enough rice, we have enough beans, we have enough corn, we have enough millet, and what have you. These are the major food that feed the nation. We have this enough. So why do we have scarcity? And then you are linking it to foreign exchange. What has foreign exchange to do with rice and yam, if we have them enough in the country? Or with cassava, or with millet, or with beans? That's the big question. And he is not alone in going in that direction. This Musliu Obanikoro, former senator, former minister, and what have you, he was also on TV saying that there is no scarcity of food in Nigeria. We are only dealing with the capacity to purchase. So food is enough, but we don't have the capacity to purchase it. So we have enough supply. Now, if you have enough supply, simple economics shows you that when you have much supply, it means the price will be low to the level that everyone can afford it. But they're just speaking through both sides of their mouth, saying that Nigeria does not have food problem. And if they go with this mentality, because some of them have access to the president, and they tell the president things like this, and of course the vice president believes that it is sabotage that is causing the shortages, and not because we don't have enough food, then you can imagine the kind of advice they are getting and the kind of decision they will take to tackle a very serious problem. So this narrative is what is fueling the idea that people are hoarding food, people are buying food, middlemen are hoarding the food just to create artificial scarcity. That is not true. That is not true. And if we go by a record of those who should know, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in their report in 2023, said that no fewer than 26.5 million Nigerians may face food crisis between June and August 2024. Now, Food and Agriculture Organization made this projection in November 2023. Now, before we get to June, this matter had already started. So it means that there were some factors that made this hunger crisis or food crisis to come earlier than even Food and Agriculture Organization predicted that it would befall Nigeria. Now, if Food and Agriculture Organization, who takes record about food around the world, told you that 26 million Nigerians, 26.5 million Nigerians will face food crisis, they said it in November 2023. Who is in Dume to know more than FAO? And who is Musliu Obanikoro, including the vice president, to attribute the scarcity to hoarding instead of looking at the real factors which the Food and Agriculture Organization identified as one of the challenges that Nigeria is facing that will cause the food crisis they were projected against Nigeria. Now, the Food and Agriculture Organization has identified factors responsible for food scarcity in Nigeria, which they predicted. Now, ordinarily, you should expect the government to go and look at what Food and Agriculture Organization, their reasons for the food scarcity in Nigeria, and see what they can do to address this problem so that Nigeria could be able to have food security instead of food insecurity that we are facing right now. Now, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, in their analysis of food crisis in Nigeria, they say that one of the reasons for food insecurity in Nigeria include poverty. Okay? That is part of the problem, poverty. According to the NBS, Nigerian Bureau for Statistics, 133 million Nigerians were suffering multi-dimensional poverty, under multi-dimensional poverty. Okay, so if, like this number, which many believe has increased with the removal of fuel subsidy and the flotation of the naira, now a lot of people lack the purchasing power to purchase. That is part of it, but that is not the only reason. Now, another reason is the issue of climate change. We know that climate change has become a problem worldwide and it's affecting food security, especially in developing countries like Nigeria, where we are still practicing subsistence agriculture. So climate change has affected productivity. So if climate change has affected productivity in our continent, in our country, why then do our leaders believe that we have enough food? Then you have issue of insecurity. Food and Agriculture Organization identify insecurity as part of the problem creating food crisis in Nigeria. Of course, it's common knowledge. Several communities in Nigeria can no longer go and farm because of insecurity. In fact, if you look at the food basket belt of Nigeria, the food basket belt of Nigeria, if I may tell you, include Niger, Benue, Kaduna, Plateau, Nasarawa, and Kwara, among others. These are the food basket of Nigeria, literally. Now, all these places that I mentioned, bandits have literally taken over the forests on all those places, to the level that in places like Kaduna State, including Niger State, you can no longer go to farm in certain local governments without the authorization of the bandits, without the bandits demanding payments. Neither can you even harvest your crop without their approval. These are facts. You can check it out in newspapers. Google it. You see it there. So if this agricultural belt of Nigeria, or the food basket belt of Nigeria, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, Niger, Kaduna, and what have you, these places are unsettled. So where is the food that Obanikoro and Alindume say we have enough of it? Where are they coming from? Is it from the southwest? Is it from the southeast? Or is it from the far north? We are talking about the northeast now. Is it from Yobe? Is it from Bronu? Where are the food coming from that they say we have enough of it? The truth of the matter is that insecurity has impacted food availability in Nigeria. And that is the reality that those in power must acknowledge, instead of deceiving themselves that there's enough food. It's only that some people are hoarding the food to create artificial scarcity so that the prices will rise. That is not true. And besides, farming activity in Nigeria is a seasonal business, except now that through irrigation in some part of the country, you can do all year round farming. It is common knowledge that by the time this time of the year, food used to be scarce in Nigeria, traditionally. So why do our leaders want to sell a lie that there's enough food in the country, and only that people are hoarding it, people are smuggling it out of Nigeria, where they will make more money outside Nigeria? I do not agree with them. Then another thing that is causing food scarcity in Nigeria, according to Food and Agriculture Organization, is post-harvest losses. Nigeria, we don't have good food storage system. We don't have good storage system. That's why you eat granules when the granule season is around. You eat you eat whatever you can think of. You eat corn when the season of corn is available. But through irrigation, you can do all year round farming of corn, rice, and what have you. But the truth of the matter remains that we don't have good storage system where we can store the excess that are produced by the farms. That is why during the harvest season, the food used to be very cheap. During this time that we are, when people are waiting for the rain, they are planning how to go and plant. The one they have harvested and was able to preserve, they want to keep it for the next farming season. Food used to be scarce. So if Nigeria is a country where the leaders are thoughtful, they would have been able to provide post-harvest storage facilities so that we will not be losing so much during the harvest, and then we'll be complaining thereafter. So these are the issues that need to be addressed by the government of Nigeria, including low budgetary allocation to agriculture. Nigeria have not been budgeting enough for agriculture. So I don't even know what gave them the mind to think that we have enough food in Nigeria, when if you check budgetary allocation for agriculture over the years, Nigeria have not been able to meet up even the recommended quota that was, I think, the Abuja declaration was talking about at least 25% of budgetary allocation should go for agriculture. Nigeria has not been able to do that effectively in the past decades. So Nigeria is not in a position to be able to say that it has food sufficiency, to say that it has enough food, only that some people are hoarding it. It is not true. The FAO has given you the solution, the problem. The onus is now on the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to address this problem, to address them squarely, so that you can have a sustainable solution to food scarcity and food insecurity in Nigeria, and not be deceived into thinking that this country is awash with food, only that some people are hoarding it so that they can make profit. That is not true. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.